to our Saturday program, Aspects of Life program, where we talk about different aspects of life, aspects that impact us on our day-to-day living. So please log on onto Flash Show, and also follow me on YouTube and Instagram. I'm on different platforms. Invite a friend and let us go through this episode. It's gonna be interesting. I have a guest, and she has great insights and different aspects to talk about. So please share the page, like the page. I'm on Instagram and YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and continue liking Flash Show. Remember, every Saturday we are always live talking about different aspects of life. So please don't go away. Stay tuned. Really? Yeah, so hope you've liked the page. So please, the reason why I want you to like Flash Show, when we go live like this, you'll get a notification, and it is very, very, very helpful for you. And so subscribe to my YouTube channel, those who are not on Facebook, so that you don't miss out on different episodes. So today, I'm so excited to be having a guest. And I don't want to talk much about her, and I will give her an opportunity to introduce herself to us, and then we can take it on from there. So you are welcome to Flash Show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so this is a program where we talk about different aspects of life. I'm so excited to have you to host you on Flash Show. I believe you are having different things that you will speak to us. Just to let you know, just introduce yourself anyways.
Thank you for giving me a chance to be on the Flash Show.
You are welcome to.
By the way, I do watch the Flash Show every Saturday. Only that I watch from a different continent.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm there every Saturday firing emojis and saying, yeah, I love it. By the way, I love all your shows because you talk about things that really important to us as a people, as people in the diaspora, as immigrants. You know, very interesting topics.
Yeah,
I love the Flash Show, and today is my chance. I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah, thank you. And just to give you,
my name is Sarah Ndagide, and I live in the UK. So I just came in on Tuesday. Well, it happened to be halftime in the UK, and I said, Boston.
Right.
Yes, and there's a great show going to happen for one artist. So why don't I also come and enjoy some reggae by George Mlindwa? So a lot of things are happening. And Boston, by the way, is a good place to be. You look around, there's lots of things happening.
Right. Yeah.
Here we are on the Flash Show.
Yeah. So thank you so much for accepting this invitation. I really appreciate it. And yes, just to give you a small synopsis about Flash Show. So on Flash Show, we talk, like I said, different aspects of life. And this is purposely to motivate and to inspire people who go through different aspects, people who think like they cannot make it in life, yet we can. People who feel they are not motivated to do stuff. People have talent, but they are not motivated to do stuff, so we speak to them. we speak to the downtrodden to uplift them, and so we speak to the majority vulnerable people, in which I believe that most of us are really vulnerable.
Yes.
And so I'm so excited that I'm even being watched from the UK. So this is what I always tell people, like this is an international show. It's an international show.
No doubt.
Yeah, so we're being watched all over. So please, thank you so much, people who have so far tuned in. I want to encourage you to share the page, and if you have something that you really want to share with us, just drop it in the comment section and let us know where you are watching us from. Okay, so I'm so excited to have you, and you are in Boston. And what brings you to Boston?
Well,
let us begin from there.
I've got friends, several friends I used to play with back in the days. Simba Robert, Dachi, there's Jugo Julius, there's lots of them, Angela Kalure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a music family in Boston.
Okay.
And even people I went to school with. So there's quite a lot of people that I know in Boston.
So when you had a holiday there?
Yeah, so I said, let me come to Teoko, and then here I am. So I've been able to see you. I haven't seen you since last year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, so I think for me, like in the US, one of the places that I can go and feel at home is Boston. And when I came to Boston, I did this time round. I did it. I enjoyed matoke, and not just the matoke, which is good, but the one which is it has been kusani
banana leaves. Yes.
So Boston has it's just like living in Kampala. Like when you live in the UK, it's like when you're in East London. Because we've got shops like Ewa Pascali, that's where you go and buy, even in KJ, you can go and buy Umzigo, you can go and buy sugarcane, you know, the whole bunch, what is it called, Impango, you know, it's just like you're being in Kampala. So I think that's what I'm getting from Boston.
Oh, great. Great. So, you introduced yourself to us as Sana Ndagili, right?
Yes.
Ndagili, right? Am I pronouncing it right?
Don't worry, it's a difficult one.
So the Sarah Ndagili that I know is a musician back in Uganda. And do you want to tell? Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
In Kampala, I've sung with choir. I did perform with quite a lot of bands. For example, we used to have sharing bands. That's where I started from. We had Light Rays Band, which was a resident band at Grand Imperial Hotel. We played every Tuesday to Sunday. And the music family I'm telling you about that is in Boston, all of us played in that band. Yeah. So I played with them. I performed with us Big Five, Percussion Discussion, Misty Jazz. I performed with a Frigo Band, and you know, and others, trance bands. Some of them I don't even remember, but I was a regular in lots of live music spaces. Yeah, and I used to sing a lot of covers. So and then I also wrote my own songs which we would perform. But that was very, very good life. And as I remember when we started out singing, it was more for passion.
Okay.
It's a different scene right now, but for us it was more of being better at what we do, you know. Like when we were starting to perform, there were lots of Congolese bands. And oh my goodness, the stage belongs to the Congolese. Right. I am telling you, they are just so good to watch. So we would go and see what is it they are doing better than us. Then we go, there's this song, you know, like which song came out? There was a dance, which one? Okay, I don't remember, but even the Lua, and then how they would perform them would go and say, oh, so this is what the people like. This is really nice. And they had vocals, so we'd go back and also practice, and then we make our people happy. There was not a lot of money like it is today. You know, it was more for passion. It was more for being good at what you do. it was more of learning.
So for you, it was not like a kind of talent, but it was like kind of passion and kind of seeing people do and feel like, okay, I can also do it.
I think for me it was both talent and passion, because where there's talent and there's no passion, you don't go far.
Right.
But where there's talent and passion, then you go far, like really, really far. But also talent needs to be fed.
Yeah.
That's why you need to practice every day. You know, you need to learn new skills, because this is something that's already been there. If it is singing, some people sing differently, there's harmonizing, there's lots of, so you're always growing as an artist. So talent alone, doesn't go far. But even somebody who doesn't have, like, who wasn't born talented, if they practice, if they have passion, they're going to improve and be better, and they can even do better than the ones who were born with talent.
Right.
So for me, when I started, it was more of the talent and passion, but not so much of the talent, but more of the passion. And then with the talent I had, they came together, and so with it, I've been able to, you know, get to where I am now.
At what age did you get into like music and say like, okay, now I'm giving it all?
Okay, so like many artists, my story is not different. I don't come from a musical family, but some people in my family have never pursued it, but I believe they've got the talent, but they have never had the passion, so they didn't go far. But I remember the first time I did sing, I'm horrible with years. But I know events that happened. But I was younger, like really younger, maybe about P3, P4.
And P3, P4, that is like around 7, 8.
No, I think older, because I would go to maybe 10.
Okay.
I went to a well. We used to stay in a place in Kampala called Ewa Bakuli. So from there, we used to go to the well that it was called Kujugura. You know, and that's where we would go and fetch water. So that well happens to be near where the mater Yohana Maria Mzee, that's where what is it called? I know it's in Uganda, it's Somesa. That's where he was laid. You know how the matters were all over Uganda, the Uganda matters. So that's where Yohana Maria Mzee was. So that one day when I go to fetch the water, then there was a choir that they came that day. I think they would do it monthly. They come to there and they would sing around there. So and I was like, this is interesting. This is what I like. I really, really like this. So I stayed, I listened, and then I made sure I asked, where are you from? Then they told me they come from St. Ivani Kudembe, and I'm like, oh, okay, that is it. Then they directed me. The next day I went.
You joined right away?
I didn't join, I went. I was younger.
Okay.
And then I joined, then I didn't know, then eventually I started singing. But after that, I did sing with other choirs, like the 11 o'clock choir from Christ the King Church. And, well, I was singing, but as a person, I thought singing is not for me. I was more doing drama through secondary school. So some of the people that I went to school with, even now, would be like, she really sings. I even had good names in drama. I was very, very good at drama. But that time of drama is when, you know, in school where you do the drama and then the singing. You start with the songs and then you sing. And even the drama had music. Somehow I knew the songs, but I wouldn't sing so much. Now, when I actually actively started like singing secular music is from Sharing Band. So Sharing Band, a lot of the young people went there. Sharing Band here in Zambia. So what happened is it's a Catholic place, and every Sunday, each group had to animate mass, like singing mass. So you had weightlifting, you had the writers club, you have the vocational school, you had the band, you had I know liturgy. It's different. So, but what happened? I happened to be a common factor. When the boxing club is going to sing, they are not singing. singers, they call me. I go and then I sing. Then when another one sings, I somehow knew a lot of Catholic songs, I think from my background. So I was always in this group, in this group, in this group. Then one day when Sharing Band had a show, then they invited me and my friend Susan Bamtenda, she passed on, Cara Bamtenda, who is now in the UK. So we came and we were dancing, you know. We did some dancing, and then I think that's the show when I sang one song. And when I sang that song, everybody was like, "Hey, where have you been hiding?" Remember, I was dancing, doing drama, and then here I was. So from that day when I started singing, I sang a cover by PJ Powers, Jablani. Lots of people that have seen me sing, like in the early days, know I did that song. Like nearly everywhere.
Right.
And by then, most Ugandan singers were not doing a lot of South African covers. They were doing a lot of, like, you know, the English, Julie Butcher, Luganda, I know, Lingala. Yeah, so then I came in, and South African group, man, is good. Yeah, so we went, that's when I started, and from then, I've never looked back. I've gone on to sing with different musicians. I've done a lot of backups for so many artists on shows and in studio. I have done lots of adverts. Some of them are just jingles where you sing the message. So I've done a lot of things when it comes to music.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you take it on as a career?
Oh yeah. Okay, I must say I've never gone to school to study, like maybe get a degree or a diploma or a certificate in music. Like many artists, if you look world over, you'll find people like Yusundu, people like Miriam Makeba. They don't own a certificate in music, but they have influenced the whole world with their music. So just because of the passion, the creativity, sometimes, you know, I've had this discussion before with certain people, like, if you're in the US or you're in the UK and it's African music, who is going to adjudicate? Who's going to give you the certificate? Like, you're like, you know, how are you going to rate me? Of course they've got standards, but they work for them. So I do not have formal papers, like I've got a certificate, but I've been able to contribute to art on big platforms.
Okay.
I've worked with so many, I've collaborated with so many people. At the moment I still work with Marcel Music of School, which is a specialist music school. It's in North London, and through it, actually I got to it through an organization called, why am I forgetting it? Okay, I've worked with it. So with it, we did the Chogam Kampala, we did Chogam Trinidad and Tobago, even in England when it came. So I've worked with it, Commonwealth Resounds. So I continue to work with it, and through it I've worked with loads of people. I did work with the young people in North London, and this is different. This was now dance, because I do dance. I do dance. So I was given a task to choose a music that can bring elements from Uganda and Malta. So then I chose the song and then gave the young people, gave 2 songs from Malta, 1 from Uganda. And the one I chose from Uganda was Eyaunema, that one. So they wrote pieces. It was a competition. Then I selected the best. And out of that, we, the young people, together with them, we made a dance. And this dance was performed in Westminster. And the Queen was there then, and her family.
Right.
And all it was a Commonwealth Observance Day, so there were people from all over. You know, so I have, despite not having all those certificates, I've been on big stages. And
do you think, if we can first hold it there,
Okay.
do you think if you had, don't you think that if you had like certification, you would be like in a big and more, it would be on a greater advantage for you?
No, I think there are some places maybe the certificate can take you, but I don't think I've missed any opportunity because I didn't have a certificate. Many artists can attest to this. When you're going to enjoy Chameleon's song, you don't ask for if he has a certificate so you can actually enjoy his song. The music just hits you and you click subscribe or you buy the music. So I've not missed an opportunity because I don't have a degree in music. And most of the opportunities I've had, I've just been called in as a specialist. I've supported people, like 3 people who are writing their PhDs in ethnomusicology, and I've supported them. One actually wrote a piece, and if you check in the excerpt, a lot of my, like it was about Katitira, the song, how the traditional and the modern music, how to fuse. So somebody wrote their PhD on that, and I had to support this person. I continue to support lots of people in the education who are doing actually degrees and whatever's. But nobody asks me for that paper, so...
Okay, yeah. Okay, this is what I think. And because if, for instance, I came up and said, okay, I have my doctorate in music, and, okay, let me not take it that high. Like, I have my master's in music, and you are there, you have nothing. And then there was this huge company is looking for, like, a director of music, and just my paper will speak for me, and for you, you just use you see, you know, you see, dun 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 dun, dun, you know. So exactly, and really, my husband loves music, and I'm seeing him certificate after certificate, and I'm like, why? What? Just go. I've seen people go through this. They don't need all this. So, but for him, he's up to it. I don't know whether because he's in the first world, so but he's up to it. Okay, so that being said, you have great background, and it looks like you've been in music for a while.
But also, it doesn't mean you shouldn't go to school and study, because I'm also limited to a certain, you know, like you said, if you're going to lead like a faculty of, say, composition, international composition, or faculty of maybe wind instruments, then they're going to ask for the paper.
Right.
But as me, that's not where I am going. So further things I've gone to, I have not missed an opportunity. But that doesn't mean that everybody goes this way. No. Having the paper, having your contribution also is going to be different to music.
Right.
So we all contribute differently to music.
Yeah.
But sometimes I sit down and I say, I wish I had a paper.
Oh, yes.
Because if I've done this without, then maybe. But sometimes I'm a believer and I say, maybe God knew it. If I had the paper, maybe I would not even have worked hard. You know, because I have it all.
I'm a firm believer of education. I'm a firm believer of having a paper or certification in anything. So it sounds like you've been in music for a while.
Yes.
And I just want us to thank you everybody who is watching us and those who will be watching us later. Today on Flash Show, I'm hosting a lady from the UK, and she's a celebrity. She's an artist. She's everything. And so today we are trying to talk about music industry, and I want us to talk also explore the celebrity part of it, and in regard to the music industry. But before that, I just want us to explore on how the music back in your days to the music today in the current days in Uganda. And actually, if you people who are in the music, if you explore it, like even on international level, like worldwide, music back in the days, that the music that was played by like Dolly Parton, right? It's completely different from the person who would play the same music. So I mean, like, okay, let us go back to Uganda where we understand it better. And so your music back in the days, the music of Fidel Lutaya, yes, those. and the music of today, where do you see the difference? Back in the days, you guys used to sing and be like, okay, yes, and you used to write songs and be like, yes, and the songs would even right now, some of them are being playing and playing over and over again. Currently, person goes to the studio and plays the song for within a month, it's faded. What's your comment about that?
Oh, my comment is music is culture. It's a part of the people's culture, and culture has legs. It evolves. It things can't stay the same. The music that was relevant in the 1950s, in the 60s, maybe it wasn't. In the 70s, things are changed in the 80s. So things are going to continue to change, but depends on which era you're from. If you're from the era where, where the FLA retires, where the Tony Singles, Africa Band, Mwambala, if you're from that era, then you might struggle to
catch up
enjoy,
with the current.
or to to understand things which are happening. Whereas people who were born, like our kids, born in the 90s, in the 2000s, they're also struggling and thinking, what were these people doing? They are listening to Cafero, and they're saying, how do you do a song which is 12 minutes? 12 minutes, who has 12 minutes in this today? Back in the days, they would play the whole song on Radio Ghana from beginning to the end, 12 minutes. Now, radio has changed, has evolved. I've worked on radio before. I worked for many years on radios in Uganda, and it's where people have 3 minutes. So there's so many factors at play. But generally, there's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of music being made, but there's also musicians, just because they're not known to us, who are actually taking a lot of time and being and coming up with works which you just listen to today and go like, wow, and then they'll tell you, that song, that is from 4 years, and you'll be like, oh, where have I been? Yeah. So there's a lot, but only that maybe the mediums that we're exposed to are showing us are being limited, or are limiting our chances of enjoying all the music. They're not giving us everything. They're choosing and quick ones they also want, because they're hit radios, for example. It's a hit radio, for heaven's sake, it's a hit radio. It cannot play the song for 3 months. Then what? People want hits.
My concern here is way back in the days, the songs they sang had meaning, were impactful, were speaking into our lives. They had sense, and even today when you listen to them, they still have sense. So you're talking about like maybe, like you say, the culture has legs, like there's been a lot of transformation technologically, culturally, and stuff like that. But still, even in this era, we want to see people producing music that is meaningful, is impactful, and it goes on and on and on. Okay, make us forget. We want to forget the other old music, but still listen to the music equivalent to then, but that is still making sense.
Just like I said, it depends on what the media at the moment is not giving us everything. It is picking for us, and we are choosing also to listen to that media. But if you took time and went to YouTube and put Ugandan music, you'd be amazed and be like, there are artists that sing. I've seen artists on like recently I was seeing Jazz Safari. They did something. Girls have vocals, I've seen people, Nava Grace. They have songs. You listen to the song and be like, But I think even as an audience, we've been unlucky that what the media is feeding us is not it, and we are also being lazy. We are not looking. I tell you, my own songs. Many times, people will be like, kapia kaliwa, that is what they always ask. And then you say, kano. And then you say, this is a very good song. I wonder why. And you're saying, this is 8 years. And you'll be like, So the music is there, but you're not where are you looking? Are you looking on on what? On Facebook?
Because you guys are mushrooming. A lot of artists are mushrooming. Today there was this one, to the other there was this one, but then the production, the meaning that is zero. Because I want. Let me tell you. Here's another thing. There was somebody having a vocal, and yes, the voice is there, the vocals are there, boom. But the music is meaningless. Then there's this person who doesn't know how to sing. Now when you sit back and you listen to the words, to the music, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. I mean, we want that. We want the music that will speak. And anyway, young generation, we want bugu 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 and that.
I'll tell you, everywhere you go, those guys are actually, for us, when we started to do music, as I said, there was not much money. These days, these people have commercialized the music, and they are getting the money. They're driving good cars. They're building houses. They're actually. The studios are better. They have improved a lot of things. And where is all that coming from? If they are doing bad music, no, it is just your audience. What you grew up listening to is perhaps what you still want to carry on forward. I agree with you. I struggle with some of the songs, but where it beats my understanding is because when they put up a show, it is full. When I put a show, it is empty. So, something is happening. Maybe you, the people that want my music, when I put up the show, you actually don't come. Whereas those other people, the people that like their music, when they put up the shows, they come and they're doing better. But I would like to encourage the audience and say, look for Ugandan music. If you go on YouTube, just don't type in people's names. You just say Ugandan music, it's new, and then you start to go through, sieve through. You will discover there's a lot of Ugandan music that actually you haven't heard, even in the recent years. People continue to do music. People are doing music. I've got a lot of music on YouTube, and I'm telling you, lots of people every day discover my music, and then they say, where have you been? Oh, some of them, if you read the comments in my music, some of them will be like, oh, where have I been? Why have I not discovered this? Why did I not discover this music earlier?
Time ago.
And then you're saying, well, I don't know, the music has been here, and thank God you found it. So there's music. But one time we went to a beach, Musicians Club 89 National Theatre, so we had a Ludo club, so we played Ludo. But then we went for an overnight, an outing at the beach. And while we were there, we got bored. And then there was somebody who had one of these very, very hot Kampala songs, which then it was a hot song, but even then, those are songs that I just passed by. I wouldn't really care. But that day when they played the song, in that moment, it was the best thing. And that's when I discovered and I said, oh, every music has a good time. It's got an audience. It's got a perfect time. There's no bad music. It depends on who is listening, in what moment you're in, how you grew up. There's a lot of factors at play. But what I want to say is that if you don't like what the radio is giving you today, you can look for other music. iTunes has a lot of music. YouTube, all these platforms do have a lot of music.
You got a music?
If you inbox me on my Facebook, if you say, what do you recommend, I would definitely recommend stuff.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Sarah. I appreciate you. This is Godfrey Okello says, Sarah, you are looking awesome with that afro. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so that being said, so we've had a little synopsis, in what is going on with the back then music in Uganda and the current music. So I just want us to talk about this kind of celebrity kind of lifestyle. So every musician that I know of in Uganda is called a celebrity.
Everybody who has hits, who has likes.
Okay, so I want us to really explore more that. Who is a celebrity?
Well, a celebrity depends on It's in some places it depends on how you view the other person. But I believe, or if you read the dictionary or whatever, they'll say it's somebody who's famous. But being famous, if it depends, you can't quantify. For example, I can be very famous in my church.
Okay.
But I might not be famous in the next church.
Exactly. And then being famous on what level?
That's what I'm saying. That is relative as well. So it depends. But generally, I want us to agree that when they talk about celebrities, it's somebody who, at the today, somebody who has so many Twitter likes, Twitter followers, so many Instagram followers, so many maybe YouTube followers. Like really, when they put up something, it's got 10,000 views. We'll say that one is a celebrity.
Okay.
You know, so a celebrity is somebody simply famous for me. But as I said, I could be a celebrity in this church or in this town. Many of the people that we consider celebrities in Uganda, when they walk on the street here in Boston, nobody will even know them. They will even just nobody. So, you know, so who is a celebrity? It depends. It's relative. Okay. But I would like us to agree that it's somebody who's famous.
Okay. Yeah. So I was trying to Google it here, and it says a famous person, a state of being well known. So regardless of what is surrounding you or your situation, so it's being well known. A celebrity is somebody who is famous, especially in areas of entertainment, such as films, music, writing, or sport. At least that one is more clearer and okay. So we are talking about music, and so every musician in Uganda is a celebrity. If you've been able to stand on the platform and you are singing for an audience of 10 people, 30 people, 30, 20, 1,000, you are a celebrity. If you have been able to write a chorus of 2 words and the other part of your song is boom, 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 you are a celebrity. And what do you think about that? Like, really, given you the work you have put in your music and what you're seeing today, who is this young male artist? And the dad was called Granddaddy. This young boy, fresh kid. Even that one is a celeb. Oh my God! So, how do you feel about that? Being equated to a person. I know you've had great platforms where you have performed, but now you are equated to a person. Now you have great music. I've listened to your music is being played internationally. I know it. And being equated to a person who has written just only 2 sentences of music and has really like music is all about boom, 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 and you're being equated to that. How do you feel about? What do you feel? How?
I think for me, a celebrity is not just somebody who has good music or who is being played a lot. A celebrity has a lot to do with how I view myself.
Okay.
Yeah? Because even if we've had people who had great songs, but they'll walk around, people like Eddie Wamala, people like Mwami Matovu. Now, Mwami Matovu, he still carries his sax, he cleans it every time he plays it, he gets it, he carries it. When the equipment is there, he's going to carry it. But we are talking about everybody in Kampala they come into dance.
Yes.
So a celebrity is more, it's more of how you view yourself. If you feel you're larger than life, then you're going to put in a lot of things. You're going to get bouncers. You're going to care about what you wear every day. You must be the best. You're going to bling bling. Your car that you're driving is going to matter. The phone that you're carrying is going to matter. Yeah. Who you talk to is going to matter. Who works with you is going to matter. Things like that. So it is more about how you view yourself, and then you start to do the work around. You know, Mwami Matovu with all his contribution to Ugandan music, has never even wished, if you gave him a bouncer, I believe he would even lock the bouncer outside the house. He doesn't. That's not how he views himself.
Yeah.
Whereas in Uganda, there's some other artists when they do. I used to work on Dembe FM for quite a long time, but we had people, you know, that because their song is being played, they'll put it on power play, like, because if a song is on power play, it will play at least once every hour, and it has a chance of being played again if, say, it's a request show, you know. So that is like how many hours? We're talking about 24 times in a day. Your song is playing on one radio. If it's on power play on like 5 radios,
does it qualify, or people buy that is another area, because there's so many things that would influence it being a hit. If it's hitting somewhere else, and because all these are hit stations, that one has started it, this one will pick it up, because otherwise they're losing. Listeners will run to where that good song. So there's so many factors that at play for it to be on power play. So I've seen people who would come from please, to just walking in, hey, how are you feeling? And then you've seen them start, which I don't say is bad. You know, we all grow. But then you're thinking, honestly, how is... And I've seen them also disappear. And some of them have ended up... We've watched them on social media when they are crying for help. Yeah. They want to go to rehab. Others have disappeared off the scene. And we've seen lots of things happening. They've watched us. It's like a ladder when for us we are here in the middle. We've watched them come, rush, go up, and watch them come down, and gone and crashed when they're still there. So celebrity for me is something. What the way somebody views themselves, and what they want to achieve in music. I've seen pastors having bouncers, and you're thinking, even with guns, and you're thinking, hold on, you're a man of God. So who are you afraid of? So what can we do to maintain that kind of life? Because it's very demanding. Lately, I saw on Facebook this young boy, Bruno K. And I don't know. I'm on social media. I'm a social media person, so I come across these things. And the boy was saying he's been in the house for 2 days or 2 weeks with no food, and he was asking for requesting for help. And he says, I'm selling off my car. And then a comment, people call them comment, I belong to comment association something like that. So I think I belong to that association. Like when you go through the comments and people are like, oh, but you are a celebrity. Oh, but when you're up there, you don't see us, and now you're coming down to, how can we make it look like, okay, yes.
I think personally, a celebrity life is one that is very, very hard to maintain. There's a lot that goes in. And a lot of it involves money, spending. You get a gig, you get 2 million, you're going to maintain all these people, you need to feed them, you need to dress up. And a lot of it takes out a lot of the celebrity themselves, because there's a lot that we want them. But I've interacted with lots of them. One thing I would like to say, that the celebrity life is a very, 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 like, I don't know how many millions of I can add, lonely life.
Okay.
Very lonely. Because now you've viewed yourself as an important person. Yeah. Once you think you're very important, you're bigger than everybody. Yeah. Who are you going to go to when you're struggling?
Nobody. Maybe my bodyguards.
No, you can't, because them you actually tell them, "Hey, get out! You bring this." Yeah. So are you going to cry to them and say, "You know what? My wife is leaving me." Yeah. Or that child that I thought was mine actually is not mine. Yeah. Who are are you going to? Because when you've raised yourself way up above, and sometimes when people are busy, building the celebrity life, they forget all their associates.
Right.
They forget all their friends when there was nothing. They forget, they sort of lose. And then after, they can't even go back.
Right.
When we come to Bruno, okay, I do not know. I want to believe that it was true. But also on the other hand, maybe it wasn't. But I think he's got good friends. If it was true, he got good friends, because that didn't go far apart from that post. I think there are some people who came to him, So as I said, celebrity life is a lonely life.
They came to him because he put the post himself.
But you will not now, because there was no, it didn't go far. There was nothing else. That's all we had. So I believe his friends came to him, and then they sorted it out somehow. So, but what I want to say is that it's lonely. When you're busy building celebrity life, when the lights are all turned up and you're in your bedroom, many of them have mental health issues.
Yeah.
So many, because they are lonely. They're susceptible to depression. Because when you don't have a hit, nobody wants to be around you.
Yeah.
When you can't pay them anymore, they'll go to the next person, and then you start to struggle to calm down. Yeah? So it's a very lonely world. But my advice quickly would be like, while you build this, have a circle of real people, people that you can go to and be yourself.
Yeah.
It could be family members, it could be your friends you grew up with, the people that can help you keep in check. Checks and balances, people that you can come to and cry to, people who you are able to listen to, because celebrities don't listen. You tell them, they'll be like, "Whoa, fugamoto kachi, what are you saying?" Or in a hit, even if they're singers, and you go to them, say, "My dear, whoa, fugamoto kachi." So
I think the person who has really learned from this, and the person that also went through a hard time, is Jackie Chandulu. Yeah, she really went through a hard time, like really a hell of time, and she got to the point where she really wanted to commit suicide, but she was able to come out, and I saw her interview on the YouTube to come out and ask for help. And I think right now she's doing okay. Yeah, and I actually also admire, I know a person like Juliana Kanyomorzi is kind of, but I think she's now like down to earth. And for her, it's because maybe she's...
You do not know what happens once you are that sort of, when you have that number of hits. It is a lonely life, whether you like it or not. That's why I gave you an example of Mwami Matovu, who lives in Chibuli. He doesn't have a fence. It means anybody can go in. Mwami Matovu, if he wants to buy a box of matches, he'll go down to the shop and buy it. And that has kept him sober.
And so that's what you want, the kind of...
that I don't want
that's
you
why
to
you
do
want
that.
The kind of lifestyle you want them to live.
No, that's not what I want to do. What you want, but then make sure have a group of friends that no matter what, I'm not going to be a celebrity to these people. I'll listen to them. I can talk to them. Have a circle of either friends or family members or some people, because that life, even like we can say Juliana, I believe it's not. For me, having grown up the way I am, I don't believe I should be isolating myself. Why? How? I don't think it's fun. For me, I find it good to come here and in Nyamchala Simba and we talk. I come here and we sit, then I go. Now George Mulindo has a show tonight. We are going there to be with, but there's some artists who can't even go there.
My husband is actually also a celebrity because he has produced music. He's played for Afrigo Bad. Oh my God! Yeah. Oh, I'm married to a celebrity. So that being said, I mean, this is a huge thing that we can talk about and we cannot like really complete it. I just want to look at this part because celebrity. I think I should have episodes of Celebrity Corner and we explore more of this. So I just want to look at this part. So here you are, Ugandan. And you immigrated to the UK, am I right?
Yeah.
And you are a citizen in the UK, right? And now I want us to look at this Ugandan celebrity who has immigrated to the diaspora. And let us begin from there. How does it feel? What are your expectations? like I'm looking at a person, you, exactly, you. Let us begin from you.
Okay,
with you.
because, I've done international touring and performing for quite a long time. I did it quite a long time before I eventually decided to make a move and say, okay, let me settle now in the UK. I've toured quite a lot, and things were always organized. When you come, you have a tour schedule. You know, you've put in your technical rider. Very interesting. You're playing at this fest. I played a lot of festivals, mostly. So, you know, maybe if you're going to do a workshop here, everything is planned for you and handed to you. So you've got a tour manager. You don't worry about where you're going to sleep. Your money is paid to you in euros or in dollars or in pounds. You know, things are been right. Now, when I decided to come to I said, but the reason why, first of all, is because I made a bit of money in Kampala, but not a lot. I used to make my money outside of Uganda. So I thought, now let me go there. I think now I'll even get more because now I'll be living here. So fast forward, I come to UK and things are completely different. Because when you're invited, things are planned. When you're here, you're supposed to plan them yourself. Even the same people that you used to invite, you call them and they're busy. They're not available. So it's quite different. Then that's when it hits you that I've arrived. So the same people you try here and here. So I've seen lots of musicians that come here and eventually they get into other jobs, which sometimes even pay better. The reality hits. I know even some who actually struggle with being celebrities, and here they are, and nobody knows them. They have to go to Sainsbury's and buy stuff.
Yeah, I just want us to look at that person, like a Ugandan celebrity. You're in Uganda, you're driving nice cars, you are now working. Actually, your home money is there for you, and then you come to the US or the UK where you are now. How do we try to transition, and how is the transitioning in itself?
I think it's going to be different. One thing depends on how you came, because most people will be like visitors. If you're coming on a visitor's visa, things are going to be different because you're going to join the real struggle. Me, when I came to the UK, I came with a visa, which was exceptionally talented migrant, which was a work permit. I didn't even need a job offer. But for me to get that, I needed it was the British Council of England that had to give me the points. And you had to have put in the work. So I put in this, what I've done according to the criteria, and then I was approved. So I got that. I came in straight, meaning I could start work the moment I leave the airport. So, but if you're going to come, maybe somebody invited you to sing and then you don't go back home,
and you decide
you don't have a work permit, you decide that struggle is going to be really hard, because the same people will not even invite you for the birthday party. They will want to invite the boys and girls back home, the celebrities. Once you come here, you need to be like really prepared. If you I still do music, and I do a lot of other things. I've also improved as a person. I've put up my skills around what is happening, but I still do music. So you really, really need to be mentally ready once you decide, for example, to stay in the US when you're in, because one thing you have to understand, musicians in Uganda, most of them don't have any other job. They just go wait for the night, or when they're invited, they go and sing and go. So here you are, where there's no stage. How are you going to manage? It's gonna hit you hard. And then some of them even will be afraid, you fear even to go and, what's the supermarket here? The local one, like which one is general, like national?
Like where we buy groceries. We have Market Basket.
Okay, like Market Basket. If you're given a job in Market Basket, you're going to start to feel, how will they see me?
Celebrity.
When actually nobody knows you, and even all the Ugandans here, I know they're going to take all the stories back and then talk about you. The Ugandan community also is not fair. They will take and then they will try to put you down. You have built all this, but the whole thing is, once you have decided to migrate, the hassle, especially if you're not coming in with a work permit. Yeah,
humble yourself.
Your choices are going to be limited.
Yeah.
You need to rely on the people, and you need to start afresh. You've never worked. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But I've seen so many that have ended up succeeding, and they have still, along whatever you're going to do, because you have bills to pay, you can still find out where is the good studio. Make friends with a studio. You can start and buy yourself a keyboard. You can keep your links in Uganda. Write your keep doing music on top of all this. Don't give it up. You never know. After you're settled, you can get back. Yeah, the hustle is real.
Yeah, because I've seen some when they come here and they see what we are doing, and they compare the life they were living in Uganda. They want to drive the nice cars, but where do you begin from? You don't have papers, you don't have nothing, and then a friend helps you and gives you like you get a job, connects you, and you get a job, and you say, oh my God, what kind of job is this? What kind of work?
Especially healthcare. People are concerned about healthcare.
How am I gonna begin changing the mukade, changing and doing that, and then they ignore that? Oh my God! And then the struggle is real.
Bad.
So
mental health can hit you bad if you still carry your mentality of like how you were on Kampala Road and think you're going to be the same on Boston Road. I don't know.
And we still have some in our Ugandan community, not only here in Boston, even other states, where you hear stories that somebody's there is still struggling, is still waiting for this opportunity where I will still get back into my Ugandan celebrity. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It's here. It's different. But you really have to work yourself up there.
But I also want to add that while you're here, because our passion as musicians, we can never leave music. There are other things that you can get into as a musician. So find out. You can do music therapy. You can do because musicians are therapists.
Yes.
The moment you start on stage and make people feel good, you're being a therapist. So there are so many other jobs that are connected to the career of music that you can get into. So while you sort out this and you have to pay the bills, also don't forget that you can improve your skills and still do music.
Okay, that's great. I have somebody threw in a comment here and say, thanks, Madam Ndagidi, for the visit and staying humble up to this time. God surely bless you. Thank you. Glory to God. Thank you for your service, Mrs. Flavia K. Simba. Oh, great. Thank you so much. Val Sengirinya. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, people who have tuned in, and thank you so much for this great topic. It's really great. It's huge. We can't explore it. That's what it is. Because like I said, I've still seen celebrities who are here and they're still struggling but the opportunities are still there. It's talent. And like you said, one thing that I always tell people, like when you move to anywhere, it is all about how you are connected. It's all about how the people that are surrounding you, how you're relating with people. Yes, you brought up a good point. Like music is art. And we see in these countries where people are depressed and stuff like that, they are looking for, yesterday I know we were talking about it, like leisure activities, something, like people who can take up those positions.
There's things like social prescribing. Who is a social prescriber? Is a person who's into art. Because those are roles that we can take over, activities coordinator. There's lots of things. So, and find out what is there on offer.
There are even different programs. I know of a great program here in the Boston where you can actually apply, and they hold huge events where you can go there and perform. We should actually talk about it, because I know they would love your music. It's a refugee and immigrant something. They would love your music. So such programs are there, so you can go there and perform and just get out of that cocoon of saying like, okay, I'm a celebrity, I cannot do this, So, but congratulations for being a celebrity. But
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to bring this show to an end, but before then, I just want you to give you an opportunity, and you tell us your last remarks, inspire somebody out there, motivate somebody out there, uplift somebody out there, somebody who is about to give up or stuff like that.
Oh, what can I say? Don't give up. Get up every day. Tomorrow is going to be better. Tomorrow is ours, and the only way we can enjoy tomorrow is by being here. I do appreciate the fact that whatever you're struggling with is real. The struggle is real. Life is hard sometimes, but if you're like in these countries where you are, there's help. Don't be quiet. Go shout out. And most times, I found out that there are people, especially in our community, who will be like, that is impossible.
Yeah.
Do not. And if you're like in Boston, there are help. People are ready to help. People in the community that you can identify and talk to them. You know, they can come and help. They can show you a few other things. Even organization. Don't use your smartphone just to be in the comment group. What is it called? Commenters group association. Use it to look for other things.
Yes.
But the thing that if, for example, you've migrated and have come here, there's a reason why, and don't ever forget that. Do it for you. You did it for you, and do it for you.
Yeah.
Reach out if you're struggling.
Yeah. Oh, great. That's great. And I feel so proud of people who I see, especially I've heard of so many TV and radio presenters who have really moved to the US, different states. Yeah. And some of them are still keeping up with their work. They have like things like we are doing here on Flash Show, and it's, you never know what where your talent can take you. Thank you so much for being a humble lady. Thank you for liking my family. I know you've been friends with my husband for a while.
Forever.
Yeah, forever. Yes, she's a great musician. She can play on any event. So if you have any birthdays, of course at a fee, because she's really worked for it. Birthdays, weddings, any events, she'll be performing somewhere tonight. And so anything, any event.
Where am I performing tonight?
At divorce events. So she will also help you, console you like that. So please invite her. She's great. She's humble, like you can see her. And so please reach out to me or to her, follow her on, you can find her on Facebook.
Facebook, YouTube. I've got very few followers on YouTube, and I'm okay. I'm not
You're
dying.
No,
I'm looking for more, but I'm not dying, like, you know, but if you can subscribe, and then I know your name, I know most of the people there. It'll be good.
So thank you so much for tuning into Flash Show. Today we were talking about celebrity life in the diaspora. So please, if you're there and you're a celebrity, you've just moved to the US, don't hide. Put yourself out there. That this it's a new life. The transition is not easy, but we are there to help. I personally like to help people. Don't hide. Don't do that. Just put yourself out there, keep the talent, keep going. So other than that, thank you so much for tuning into Flash Shows. Please like the page, share the link every day. Please share the link. Follow me on YouTube. I'm on Instagram, and we continue to talk about different aspects of life, and I continue to bring you people who will speak into your life, motivate you, inspire you, and uplift you. So stay blessed, and this has been your very own Flavia K.